All right, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the Gossip Intellectual Podcast with me, comedian Royce Wynn, where we talk about sports, politics, entertainment. How are you? I am decent. All right, I am healthy. Blessing on blessings. I mean, with the current shutdown, people not getting food, people not getting healthcare. Happy to be healthy and of able body. I can walk. I can talk. Have it fully together. So that feels good, man. Went through some changes. Went through a move this past week, and that's been an adjustment, right? That New York life, right? Things happen. So been dealing with that new job too, and been dealing with that as well. So moving and shaking, living a dream in the big city, doing your thing, and just trying to make it work. With different surroundings. If you watch this on YouTube, you'll see a different setup. Small rooms. Try to make it happen in small rooms. Shout out to Andre 3000 for that great quote. Everything starting in small rooms. Something. Look it up. Basically, he was saying everything we did started in small rooms. You know what's cool? When I first came to New York, what is the name of that studio? I think it's Lady Electra or whatever. I remember Dave Chappelle talking about it. And then I did a delivery there. And, magic was made and in those studios. Small little cool studio off of like 6th Avenue and 8th or something in the West Village. So I know exactly what he meant. And I've had a decent week on TikTok. It's crazy because, the whole industry changed and everything. A lot of stuff is based on social media now, which is good and bad. But you're like, wow, I'm really beholden to the algorithm and, playing that game. And it is weird. I'm lucky because I do comedy. And, it's not like I'm not like a filmmaker where it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of writing and reading and looking at life a certain way and gaining knowledge so you can be able to deliver a funny message or act out a funny thing in a way that resonates with people. Or even like I'm watching girls do makeup and stuff. That seems like it takes like a lot of work and setup. I guess, like anything else, the more you master it, the faster it gets. Yeah, it's kind of like everything depends on the algorithm for me. That's my small room right now. But had some success. Cardi B liked my post, even though it was about her and her problems. So of course, but she liked it. She saw it. It reached her from my small desk in my small room. So that's cool. Couple other like little influences. Listen, I said it. I have a little bit of imposter syndrome. I'm still in a small room, so you're a little bit still insecure till you get that outside validation. So I do get excited when the influencers like my posts, when the cute girls like my posts. I know I shouldn't be looking forward to that, but I like it. Okay, it makes me feel good. Like, oh, what does she look like? Oh, she's cute. Also, like we said a couple podcasts ago, I'm still single out here, so I'm still looking for a date. So, you like my content? Maybe we can go get some tacos or some coffee or something. So it's where everything's happening. It's running the world. It's running politics, misinformation, and it's rewiring our brains. I was like, I'm glad to be a millennial where we grew up and we still like read books and hard covers and articles, and I guess there's still some people that do that, but there's just so many talking heads, big and small, and anybody. That's kind of the bad thing about the small. The small rooms can affect the big rooms in a negative way, where people don't really know what they're talking about, which we'll talk about in a second with Stephen A. Smith. Well, he's in a big room. But people can just start these movements and these rumors, and with AI, and you don't have to be an expert anymore. I know what you're doing to get people behind you. Actually, the zanier and crazier and the stupider it is, seems to get the bigger following. Right. Some people are really good at it. Like Candace Owens, I was watching her stuff. She'll put 2 and 2 together, and it halfway makes sense. It's like, all right, at least you took time to put your whole conspiracy theory thing together. Who's a Steve Bannon? Like dudes like that. It's like, all right, well, at least you put a lot of energy into convincing people about complete BS. But then she's right. She was right today about, or recently, about Trump getting blackmailed by the Epstein and the Epstein files, which has been the story this week, man. So, yeah, everything's changed for me. Like I said before, it just happened so fast, and I'm trying to get to a place where I can just slow down, and your standards change as you get older, and at this point I'm just like, just give me a studio apartment and let me do my thing. Studio apartment, a girlfriend that's down for me, and I'm good as long as I get to eat at a nice place once or twice a week and travel a little bit. I'm good. So that's where I'm trying to get to. Money is important, but I think time would be better now. I don't like how things are moving so fast, and I'm just always, just trying to stay afloat. I'm still in survival mode, so would like to get out of that and slow down a little bit. So I've got some personal things going on. I wish, I had more time to deal with those things, but that's where I'm at. Okay. So I'm getting comfortable, and people are walking into my apartment. So I was a little nervous getting started. I was like, I don't know these people that well, and they're listening to me do a podcast, but cool roommates. By the way, we're getting along. Of course, the one next to me likes to stay up late. I'm on the grind. I'm like, I gotta get to sleep. But we'll figure it out, and that's been good. Yeah, so that's it for the intro. That's the update. Yeah, man. But happy where I'm at. Been watching the Gen Z kids and stuff, and I'm watching them. I'm just like, man, you know what? Even though I would have liked to grow up on the internet and blow up on the internet, you would have also had to be part of that era and like the things that they like and dress the way they dress and talk the way they talk. And I was like, I don't want that part. I don't want to be an NBA YoungBoy fan and smacking my friends for views. And I don't know, whatever else crazy stuff they do. And then you also have a little bit of internet brain. I don't know if they read books. They don't eat the healthiest. If I could give them any advice, I'm like, y'all gotta eat more vegetables and fruits. All right, y'all always on y'all streams and stuff, eating fries and chicken. Okay, eat some pineapples, some apples. Make a salad. Everything. You got kids following. All right. So let's get into Marjorie Taylor Greene and Trump got beef. Okay, you know what's funny is Marjorie Taylor Greene almost looks like the female version of Donald Trump. Like, it's both just over tanned face, big fat face, lumpy face, too much of a tan, and then just blonde hair. It's just, they both look like they're from Miami. Neither one of them are from Miami. So everybody's been blown away by Marjorie Taylor actually making sense. Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's kind of been going against Trump. She went against him on the shutdown, and she's been exposing him about these Epstein files. And I think it was this morning or yesterday. Oh, well, today, Trump was just like, I will no longer endorse Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has time to take calls from a crazy person. So they're very similar. She's like his real daughter. You ever, you know how you meet somebody and it's just a family friend, but it's like, it seems like you're part of the family. She's more like him than any of his kids. His other daughters are just quiet and pushed into the background. He loves Ivanka. But outside of her, he don't talk about his kids like that. So yeah, he was mad, and she releases text messages, and she's like, now my life's been threatened. And everybody was just kind of blown away because Marjorie Taylor she was the worst conspiracy theorist out of all of them. She's the one I can remember off the top of my head is the Jews control the weather, which is, I don't know how you back that one. But yeah, she blamed them for the shutdown, and went on a whole tour making sense, and it was just like, oh, Marjorie Taylor is smarter than we thought. And now there's a public spat between them. Oh, so the thing was, she wanted to run for senator. He's not gonna support her, as we've seen with the recent blue wave. If Trump is not on the ticket, the Republicans seem to struggle. So Trump is like this, superhero. Like, if the Republicans don't have him, they lose. And we're like, why do they kiss his ass? That's why. They can't win without him, dog. He's I hate to say it, the LeBron of politics. So it's interesting to see what happens with her and how much power she has. But yeah, we've just been slowly seeing the MAGA party just kind of break down into like sections. And they're eating each other. They're fighting each other. And she seems to be one of the few Republicans standing up for Trump, standing up against Trump. And he hates that. He don't like that. You go against Trump. I think he also called out Rand Paul, right? Who is so rich, he's the only other person, and he doesn't really need it. And then some other ones. But yeah, so that's the big story of the day. I just thought it's hilarious. It's hilarious to watch Marjorie Taylor Greene completely turn good. Right? So, I think most people kind of see through her and just like, I don't know if we should trust this blonde head crazy lady, but thank you. We appreciate you actually being correct, which also shows how evil she is. Her and Candace Owens, the way they've turned means they knew what they were doing the whole time. They're not crazy. They're just evil. They were just grifters who didn't get what they needed, and so now they're grifting the other way. They're surfing whatever grift they can get to get what they want. Now the thing with Marjorie Taylor Greene is just like, if you're going against Trump, how are you going to get what you want? How is this going to end for you? Who knows? At least Candace Owens is getting views and likes. And she was right. She called out Trump. She said Trump is being blackmailed by these Epstein files. And then these Epstein emails were released. It's been explosive. Again, shout out to the Democrats for making a good move after the shutdown didn't really work out how they wanted. And, it's stuff in there about him blowing Bubba, who we're not talking about Forrest Gump, we're talking about Bill Clinton. Here, Putin's in the email. Epstein is beefing with Donald Trump. It says Donald Trump was at Epstein's house for hours and hours. Just a lot of freaky stuff going on that we didn't even think, right? This is beyond eyes wide shut. Prince Andrew lost his mansion because of these parties. So I was thinking about this last night. I get anxiety before I podcast, and then I podcast in my head for like 2 days before, and then I only say half the stuff I said in my head. But they say like there's only like 4 types of stories or whatever. Like Shakespeare had them all. And it's like, I don't know, it's like a love story, it's betrayal, and other stuff. And this is just a classic story of men's penises. What it comes down to. This is the other crazy story. They're saying Hitler had a micro penis, and everybody's like, we knew that. But yeah, these guys chasing power for their penis, and then they're also losing power for their penis. And Trump is running away from these Epstein files. He's trying to distract. He won't address it, even though he brought it up before he ran. And then we're just finding out that he's playing with penises. Like he's moving around them. He's like this. Trump, thank you, Trump. Right? So who would have thought Trump and Monica Lewinsky had the most in common? So that's it. So the Epstein files still seem to be the reason that Trump is going to go down. Is saying this is the biggest part of his legacy, and he can't overcome it, and it's not working. The tricks, the magic tricks aren't working as much as they used to. He used to be able to David Copperfield his way out of it, send out a tweet. The one he sent today saying, everything is great. This is the hottest country in the world. Inflation is down. And it's just not hitting. Everybody's like, okay, but what about Epstein? So that's it. And, you just never know. The X Factor, Marjorie Taylor Greene, out of nowhere, is the reason Trump is going to go down. Somebody who had nothing to do with Epstein. Okay, and while we're talking about grifters, this guy has seemed to put himself in the grifter space. His name is Stephen A. Smith. I don't know what his middle name is, but we're going to call him Stephen Anthony Smith. For some reason, is yelling at the Democrats for releasing the Epstein files now. So they needed the vote, and that's why Mike Johnson, what's her name, wouldn't swear in the one congressman. Hold on, sorry. Okay, so Representative Adelita Grijalva of Arizona signed the discharge petition after she was sworn in, and they were holding this off. So I think that was part of it. I think it was just like an ongoing investigation for him to be loud and be like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my producers need to let me know. Maybe you shouldn't talk about it till you go on air. I mean, till you have that information. Maybe you shouldn't go on air until you have that information about why they didn't release it. And all I'm seeing is a guy who's out of his depth. Okay? When I talk about politics, I keep it broad. I try to keep it funny. But this is a guy who, for some reason, I don't know why. You've been talking about sports all your life. Okay? And this is why it's so hard to watch, because it's like, man, he got into it. Kerry Champion, they went back and forth. What was Kerry Champion mad at him about? I think it was him and Michelle Beadle, shit, I forgot what. But anyway, they were going back and forth. And he talked about his come up. And this was like to watch him go through all that. And he really did it. Like we were talking about TikTok earlier. He really wrote. He really became a broadcaster. Did it the hard way. And to throw it all away to talk about politics. And you're just out of that. Just have somebody on to speak about it. But to be loud and wrong or loud and just, I'm just listening. I'm just like, I know that's not quite right. and I don't know, but I know. Right? You ever listening? He was just like, and then I just wait for somebody who really knows to tell him wrong. So I know it's going to come out that he's wrong. I think it was a solitaire thing. The Kerry Champion called him out about the solitary thing. If you don't know, him and a bunch of ESPN hosts endorsed this solitaire company that was cheating and using bots so people couldn't win. And I'm just like, why can't y'all just ever let people win? Why can't y'all just play fairly? This is a corporation scamming people. This isn't like some YouTuber. This is a whole company hiring ESPN analysts and still scamming people. And they wonder why Americans don't trust anything. That's how you end up with the administration we got now. It's just like, please, somebody, just stop this. Play fair. Why are corporations constantly taking advantage of people? So yeah, it's gotten to the point where you've spoken so much BS about politics. You've been on the wrong side of history so much. You are at this point. You're catering to the right. You're constantly talking to Sean Hannity. You're constantly criticizing the Democrats loud and wrong. And I don't know what the motivation is. Just, I don't know. From what I see, it seems to be just a huge ego, and the way he responded to Kerry Champion and Michelle Beadle, he thinks he's a rapper. I've had enough. You wanted to see me, I'm here. Okay? Did I not recommend you? Did I not bring you up? and I would think at this stage in life, and he came up the hard way. It's not like he's this athlete who's been a millionaire since he was 22, right? He wrote for newspapers. He was a beat writer, whatever you call it, low on the income poll on ESPN. Worked his way up. You would think you would have more insight to say, hey, I have a skill set that can be of service to the public. But it seems to be of the mindset of these greedy billionaires where I just need to say what I need to say, do what I need to do to get as much money as I can to, I don't know, build a brand. He's doing some good stuff along the way. And I hate that. I've done this and that. Everybody does good stuff along the way. Okay? Billionaires give away their money to charities and all that while they're still effing around the world. But I would just say overall, it just seems irresponsible and selfish, and it doesn't seem genuine. And that's crazy because you have a unique voice that everybody likes to imitate, and it seems to be used for the wrong reasons. It is being used for the wrong reasons at this point. It is. Okay, so speaking of shameless billionaires, JD Vance is not a billionaire, but he pushes their rhetoric, and he said that he blamed the housing crisis on the immigrants. Okay, we all know. Gen Z, millennials, we're frustrated. We can't buy our own house. We can't get started in life. It's so hard to get started. I'm paying $1,000 for a small room right now with like 4 roommates. Um, and he's like, yeah, it's because there's so many immigrants. That's the problem. Which is just racist, first of all. Like, you can't blame a whole housing crisis on immigrants coming in, but they're just going with that because they won't with that, and they see the paranoia of the everyday working person behind that. And this is like, no, it's the people endorsing you that are controlling the housing market, that try to keep Mandani out, that are overcharging and just hoarding all this money and don't want to make affordable living situations. And people are tired of it. And that's why Mamdani, despite having way less money and experience, won. So that's part of it. You know, I was thinking about my life and looking at my situation. I was like, I didn't make the best decisions along the way. I did try. I did work hard. I'm not a bum, but sometimes, you know, you do feel that way in life with the situation you're in sometimes. But some of it is just the system. You know, it's just like, and I had advantages, and I'm still struggling out here. I also chose the entertainment business, which is, but you know, even that, like the federal workers, and you know, I'm looking at people that made it in tech and know what they're doing. It's a lady that worked for like Apple or Google or something. Everybody's just getting laid off. Like, these corporations just would rather ruin people's lives than, you know, figure out a way to help people and build people's lives up and make things better. And they can. Like, that's the thing. For years, when I was growing up, maybe 20 years ago, they said we felt for, there's no way we can do it. And then we found out there is. And we see them sending billions of dollars for wars. And then there's a theory that the wars are started so these companies making these weapons can make billions of dollars. So it's just constant sacrificing people's lives for the almighty corporate dollar, which is what it always comes down to. You know, you don't got to be a political genius to figure that out. So we have been talking about the artists need to speak out, and you know, you don't have to be super militant. You know, I'm not super militant, know everything. I do listen to some militant people. But give people relief. Okay, art is not frivolous. You know, nobody wants to watch serious, sad stuff all day. They still need to be entertained. You still need the colorful personalities. You still need the people to bring some light. While they put out a new album, and it's solid. It's more of an emotional kind of R&B album. I like it when he raps. Big Head, he's kind of like rapping, and it's like I don't know it's an African sound. I don't know what type. It's not Afrobeats, but he's got a Nigerian artist on there with him. But a lot of it's kind of like emotional music. It was a little repetitive. Like, I was like, you still singing about the girl in the club that you can't trust, whatever. But that's his life, and that's where he's at. We're around the same age, so I wanted to hear a little bit more insight into life and stuff. But it's cool. It's cool. I give it like a 7 out of 10. Something to listen to. I have to be in a certain mood to listen to it. Well, you know, some of it is triggering for me. I got my situations going on. I'm trying to figure out. You know what's funny? I think about this every day. I'm like 2 years ago, I didn't like nobody. And I was like, I don't like nothing. I don't want to be, you know. And now there's more energy into more people. Things have been impressive. So I've been seeing some things to look forward to and studying and watching and trying to figure out what we're gonna do. All right. You know what? All right, that's all I'll say about that. We have situations of moving and shaking around. I'm not good about talking about that stuff publicly. I don't like exposing my business. So that's it, man. I wanted to get on here. I know I've been gone for a couple of weeks. I had to 1 week I just wanted to rest, and then I had to move and get situated, and try to break in a new mic in the new apartment and new situation, and we'll keep going. I did watch the Eddie Murphy doc this week. That inspired me. Kind of seeing my heroes and remember why I started, and kind of watching them all in the same room talk and just the funny banter and stuff, and it gave me a little bit of energy, re-energized me, and sometimes you do get a little drained. Just what happened? Okay, let me talk about this. What happened? We're talking about that. And it's like, all right, let me get back to doing a little bit of acting and having fun with stuff. So having fun, creating, and hopefully we can turn this into a business, and I can live life. Live your life. Don't take it for granted. Enjoy the little things in the small rooms. The small rooms are the things you're gonna remember. All right. Have a good weekend. Bye.